Most men think women crave compliments about beauty. You're gorgeous. You're stunning. You're perfect. But here's the truth. Those words don't touch her soul anymore because every woman's heard them before. What she hasn't heard are the words that make her feel seen. The words that don't just flatter her appearance, but recognize her essence, her being. In this video, I'll reveal 6 powerful compliments women secretly crave, but rarely ever hear. Compliments that don't just make her smile, they make her feel. First, I love how you notice things others don't. This one hits different. When you tell a woman, I love how you notice things others don't, you're complimenting her awareness, her sensitivity to detail, to emotion, to energy. You're telling her she's not just another face in the crowd. She's observant. She sees the world differently. And for most women, that kind of validation feels rare. See, society praises women for being pretty, not perceptive. But a woman's real beauty often hides in her intuition, in the way she picks up on moods, unspoken feelings, and small moments no one else pays attention to. When you recognize that, you're speaking directly to the part of her that's quietly powerful, the part that feels everything deeply. You're saying, I see how you see. And that's intimacy most men never reach. Because when a woman feels that you value her awareness, she opens up. She starts sharing more, her thoughts, her emotions, her little truths, and suddenly the bond between you stops being physical and becomes psychological. 2. You bring calm into chaos. Women are used to being called exciting, fun, beautiful, but rarely peaceful. Yet the deepest kind of attraction a man can feel isn't excitement, it's peace. When you tell her you bring calm into chaos, you're saying that her presence regulates you, that when the world feels heavy, she makes it lighter. It's not about her voice or her looks, it's about her energy, her softness, her composure, her emotional warmth. In today's noisy world, peace is rare. And when a woman gives you that, even without trying, it means she's safe to your soul. That's something women rarely hear, and it stays with them for a long time. Because deep down, she doesn't just want to be desired. She wants to be a safe place. And when you see that, you're seeing the woman, not the mask. 3. I admire how you handle life when no one's watching. This one speaks directly to her strength, the quiet kind. Not the I can do it all strength society expects from her, but the strength she shows when everything's falling apart and she still finds a way to smile. Every woman has silent battles, the moments she cries alone, the times she doubts herself, yet still shows up for the people she loves. And when you notice that, really notice it, she feels understood in a way words rarely achieve. When you say, I admire how you handle life when no one's watching, you're not just complimenting her strength, you're honoring her resilience. You're saying, I see what you've been through, even if you don't talk about it. And that recognition, that emotional understanding, means more to her than any physical praise ever could. 4th, you make me want to be better. This one hits her right in the heart, because it's not about her looks, it's about her influence. When a woman hears that she inspires you, it tells her she's leaving an imprint, not just on your heart, but on your character. You're saying your energy, your mindset, your way of being pushes me to level up. And that's something women rarely get credit for, how their quiet strength, their discipline, their kindness affects others. This kind of compliment goes beyond attraction. It's a bridge, connecting who she is with who you're becoming. It tells her she's part of your growth story. And for a woman with depth, that's everything. 5th, I trust your judgment. You'd be surprised how powerful these words are, because trust isn't given easily. It's earned through consistency, wisdom, and emotional clarity. When you tell her, I trust your judgment, you're showing respect for her mind. You're saying, I see the way you think, and I value it. Women often get praised for beauty, but rarely for discernment. Yet the truth is, her judgment, the way she reads people, decisions, timing, it's one of her greatest strengths. Trusting it tells her she's not just desired, she's respected. And that kind of respect builds emotional safety, something every woman craves at her core, because trust means you're not competing for control. You're saying, I value your voice, and that one sentence can change how she sees you forever. 6. You have a light that changes the room. This isn't about beauty, it's about energy. Some people walk into a room and demand attention, but others, They shift the energy just by existing. When you tell her, "You have a light that changes the room," you're acknowledging that invisible power, the warmth, the calm, the quiet charisma that makes people feel safe and drawn to her. This isn't flattery, it's truth wrapped in appreciation. Because real light doesn't shine to be seen, it shines to make others feel seen. And when you say that to her, you're showing that you've looked beyond her looks, you felt her presence. And that is the kind of compliment that stays in her heart for years. The most powerful compliments aren't about what you see, they're about what you feel. Any man can say, "You're beautiful," but a man who says, "You bring peace to my chaos," "I love how you think," or "You have a light that changes the room," he's speaking to her soul. And that's the difference between being liked and being remembered.